everybody, and thanks for joining us for Deborah Kobylt Live. My guest loves Bon Jovi, so thanks so much for playing that. In studio with me is Katarina Van Derham. Did I say that properly?
You did, yeah.
Katarina
Thank you.
Van Derham.
Woohoo!
Do I have a lot of guts sitting next to this lady? I mean, come on. I got guts. I'm sorry. You are absolutely stunning. You walked in here.
You're too sweet.
And what did I say, Kaylee? I said, leave.
Kick her out, yeah.
Absolutely stunning, I have to say.
Well, Pamela Anderson had me kicked out once. That's, you know.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm not going to do that. So, but you are stunning. And we had a great talk the other day on the phone. So I'm just thrilled that you're here to join me.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Yes, thank you.
You are best known as the longest running St. Pauli girl.
That's right.
You played Bob Saget's girlfriend in Entourage, and you are the founder. You've done lots of stuff. You're an entrepreneur, a media entrepreneur, and a glamour entrepreneur. VIVA GLAM Magazine. This is a beautiful, beautiful glossy magazine. I was just looking through it. Absolutely stunning. Love these earrings.
The same company as these.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Mm-hmm. Because you walked in.
We have the
and
same
said,
taste.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oops. Didn't turn my my volume down. That's okay. This is what happens when you do live television. You just roll with it. But I do love those earrings, and these are beautiful. Talk to me a little bit about your journey coming here. We're going to talk a little bit about the Me Too movement, and we were talking on the phone about what's been going on with Les Moonves. You know, I look at a guy like that, and I think, man, I've come across you many times. But let's talk first about when you first came here to America. And you had a lot of obstacles to cross over. You were, what, 22 years old?
Yeah.
Stunning. And
it wasn't easy.
And it wasn't easy, especially for a girl who also studied with Oxford, right?
Couple of years, yeah. I took a program from Oxford, and I graduated just a week apart from high school and Oxford. So I'm very proud of it, because then I went on to a private business school in Slovakia, which was kind of fun, and I got to learn a lot about the Western world. And kind of got inspired to come to America and relocate after I got super bored with my job and super
bored. What were you doing?
I was working for a French company. It was a well-paid job, but you know, we were producing Louis XV French furniture, you know, kind of like antique furniture.
You don't look like the kind of girl to sit in an office to be dealing with Louis XV furniture. I'm sorry.
No, and I was basically working in a factory for 4 years. I was just sitting, you know, and it wasn't fun for a young girl from 18 to 22. It wasn't fun.
I'm surprised they didn't pluck you out right then and said, you're going to Paris, New York, Milan. You've got a model. So you decided to do it yourself.
Well, you know what? It wasn't easy to leave the country at that time.
Wow, look at that picture. My goodness. Is that up on the screen? Beautiful, beautiful shot. Wow, that is just stunning.
Can we go past the beauty or the physical appearance?
We will. We got lots of time. No, but we will. But still, it's a beautiful shot.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not like you've got an X over your face. That's a beautiful picture. You know.
You're very sweet. Thank you. I'm just a reflection of you.
Thank you. So you studied over at Oxford.
Yes.
You were working for a furniture company, and you're saying, no. So
and
at
I was
22 years old, $500 you came to America.
Yeah, and I did, and I was one of the very few that actually were able to leave Czechoslovakia at that time, because, you know, socialism, communism went down in 1989.
Right.
The gates opened up to the Western world, but obviously the government, and I don't want to get too political, but the government knew everybody's trying to flee, so they said, no, nobody's going to leave. And you had to really qualify to get your visa granted. Everything from you had to own a house. You had to have children that are not going with you to America. You had to have basically job that's releasing you to go and guarantee you're coming back to that job.
So what did you do?
What did I do? Gosh, a ton of research online. And you know, this is, remember, 1998 in Slovakia, where the internet, you have to go to internet cafe and pay per minute like $1.50 or something for Google search, because it's the beginning of the internet, right? And like trying to find ways how I can go to America. And thank God my boss, because I had such a great company I was working for.
This is the furniture company?
This is the furniture company.
Right.
My French boss, he helped me and sent me on a business trip to America.
Ooh.
And I ended up coming here on business visa, and you know, that's how I was able to leave. But other than that, there was no chance for me to leave.
So when you got here, you quickly got work, though. You were waitressing in Santa Monica.
First, I was cleaning homes for about a year. Yeah.
common. My mom did the same thing when she, you know. It's
Many,
just what a
many,
lot
many
people
of us.
do.
Yep. You have to do whatever you have to do, right?
Yeah, you do. So you
Yeah.
were doing that. You eventually became a waitress, and that's when you were discovered to do some modeling and TV work, right?
That's right. I was approached as a waitress by a photographer and his wife, who wanted to test shoot me. But this is like 4 years after I came to America, and you know, I've always compared myself to American women, and I thought they're so beautiful, and there's no way I can compete with them. So I was super flattered if somebody told me, "Hey, you're beautiful. We wanna shoot you," and I'm like, "There's no way. I'm short. I'm curvy, and all that stuff." But because I grew up in Europe, where the modeling, you know, is completely different, and you have to fit in a model of being over 5'9" and super skinny and all that stuff. I didn't come here with, you know, big expectations of being a model. I just wanted to go to the country where it's never-ending, you know, summer, and that's California, and kind of go on the Route 66 and, you know, kind of
The dream.
the
Absolutely.
California dream.
You know,
yeah.
what you see in the movies and TV shows, even as a kid growing up in New Jersey, you know, California just seemed like this foreign land to me. So
Yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
So you came here, you did a little modeling, which was terrific. And then when did you get the St. Pauli girl?
It was in 2008. That was a good year for me. Yeah, 2008. And, you know, I went to a casting. The funny thing is, I actually had my vocal cords paralyzed for 6 weeks by UCLA doctor because my condition got so bad that I would be fainting as I was walking because my diaphragm got so swollen because the polyps were so huge. I just couldn't basically keep the oxygen inside my body. I know it's like a whole terrible condition. The UCLA doctor said he's never seen worse condition, and he's seen all these celebrity singers and everyone, and it was just so bad. So I had to have him immediately paralyzed, and I was bummed because I went to a casting, and it's all based on personality and speaking, and you know, you have to be kind of, you know, entertaining,
So
right?
what did you do? You just smiled?
So, well, I told my agent, I mean, I wrote him an email. I'm like, I can't go. I mean, I can't say a word because you can't even whisper. I had to walk around with a board and pen for 6 weeks and just write things when I needed something. He's like, just go anyway, you know, just go. So I went.
Sometimes it just works out.
Yeah, but they didn't tell, you know, my agent didn't tell these people I can't speak at the moment, you know. So I'm just like, I trying to express and, you know, they somehow liked me. I don't know, maybe that's why I stood out, because I was this unique girl who came and couldn't speak.
Bring back the girl who can't talk, the one who was writing.
Men love
all
that.
of her
Men
ans-
love that.
Oh, absolutely. You were a dream. It's like this one will give us no trouble on the set
Exactly.
at all. Hire her.
Yeah.
So you got
I
that.
got that a couple of times, yeah.
And then from there, you know, work just started to flow, right?
Yeah,
A little
it
more.
actually started flow before, in like about 2004, when that photographer with his wife discovered me. They introduced me to the first modeling agency, and within like a month, I booked a first national commercial. And back then, national commercials were a big deal. They weren't buyouts, you know, you got paid.
What were some of the national commercials?
Coors Light, I got 2 of those. I got Dodge Ram, AT&T with Carrot Top and YJ Stinger and all this stuff. But
What'd you do? What'd you say? I mean, is there anything?
I was just always the hot chick, you know. It was like the easiest job. You
with
just,
Carrot Top? What were you doing with Carrot Top? He's a
you know, he
Cutie.
had the speaking part, and I was just a hot chick with Joanna Krupa, I think, next to him. So, you know, it was just the easiest job. You know, it's easy to play a hot chick. You know, I don't feel like that on a daily basis, but it's just an easy job for me.
I can see why. So, when did you get your first gig, like with Entourage and like an actual, you know, real
Yeah.
working actors part?
The first one was around 2007 for the movie Red Line, where I had a couple of lines. Again, hot chick, no big deal. And then Entourage, I actually had nothing to do that day, I remember. I'm like, I'm not interested so much in like being on Entourage, and I wasn't a big fan of the show, be honest with you. But I just had nothing to do that day. And the agent called me, hey, you know, here's the script, you know, memorize whatever you can. And I showed up, and I remember just not caring at all, just kind of looking at the wrong place. Like, you know, you're not supposed to look into the camera. You should be looking at the person who's reading the lines with you. But I'm looking into the camera with my super thick wing eyeliner, and I just really didn't care.
And you got it.
And
of
I got
course.
it.
Isn't
I don't
that the
know.
way?
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean, sometimes you just have to show up and not give a shit. Right?
Seriously, I think it just came across like I didn't try too hard, and I don't know, it just worked. And they asked me to come for the second episode, but I was busy with Pauli Girl on tour across the United States, so I couldn't make the second one.
You've also been in Monk.
Monk, yeah, 2 episodes, yes.
You're in an upcoming movie, Unbelievable. We had the producers of that on last week. That's starring also Snoop Dogg. That's going to be great.
Yes.
That just sounds so funny. The trailer, I mean, and you star in that film.
Yeah, I have one of the lead roles. And
What's your role?
It's my big one. Sexy girl. I'm a, of course, what else?
This is going to follow you forever. And you wonder why I opened the show talking about how lovely you look.
No, but
I mean,
you know what? I told myself that's my last one. I'm done with the sexy
but nobody's
roles.
gonna cast you as a troll. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, they're gonna
I just
really
want to play
need
some
to put you in
Joyzy
makeup.
girl or something, have a big poofy hair and, I don't know. Just
You'll get yours,
Yeah.
eventually. Just stay in the business long enough, it'll happen.
Exactly.
Did you ever have a lot of issues? I mean, we all have really. All these jerks in the news now that are losing their jobs, everyone from the head of CBS to the people over at Fox News, just everywhere. You must have had your share of that.
Yeah, and you know what? I could always pick up on it early on, and I
could too.
Yeah, and I didn't put myself in those situations. I mean, I had a guy who exposed himself, obviously, and expected me to give him a hand job.
With these people. Oh.
I've had, but not just the entertainment. Even when I cleaned homes, the owner of the house, his wife was, I think, on the job.
Who would hire you to clean their house? I mean, I wouldn't.
Trust me.
Just saying.
So I would just turn around, and the guy's butt naked, just wanting, like, I don't know what he wanted. So thank God I've always been a survival type of a mindset. So I just didn't care. It didn't scar me. It didn't traumatize me. I've seen naked men in my life, believe it or not, and some good ones. So when I see this guy with a tiny weenie that's not good looking, I'm like, oh, dude, put some clothes on, I'm thinking.
I know. It's always the ones with the tiny weenie.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like, what do you have to prove? Put them on, I'm leaving. No, it's happened to all of us, but you've survived. You've managed to survive. And you also said to me that often if work wasn't coming your way, you designed it yourself. So you're an entrepreneur as well. You've got your magazine, Viva Glam. It's a beautiful, beautiful magazine. It's an online magazine. It's also a gorgeous glossy. And you also, Glamour Garden, right?
Yes.
You produce makeup.
Design all of this.
This is gorgeous. Can you hold some of it up for me?
For which camera? This one?
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely stunning. But open some. I mean, that's lip gloss. First of all, it's beautifully packaged.
These are lipsticks, so long-lasting lipsticks. And I'll remove the foil just so you can see better.
Oh, that really is gorgeous.
There you go.
So and they're cruelty-free, right?
They're cruelty-free, of course. You have to be.
And where do you sell these? I love the fact that if work's not coming your way, ladies, design it yourself.
Yeah, I just remember what Sylvester Stallone said, because I was his spokesmodel in like 2004 or something for the line of supplements he had. Oh. And he said you just got to create your own path and your own jobs, because I think he was kind of jobless actor.
That's what he did with Rocky.
Yep.
He wrote it and they said, we're going to have somebody else act in it. And he said, no, you're not.
Nope, exactly.
I'm doing it or you don't get it. And there you go. You got to be a little ballsy and you just have to not listen to no. I've had no my whole life. I just keep going.
Don't we all? Yeah.
It's true. But
and it's hard.
Beautiful.
Sometimes it's hard. Thank you. Yeah. And even with the products, like I always hear no's. Like I wanted to add some elements to it.
I think it's elegant and it's fun. And you can even use the box. And you have lashes here. You were saying you were going to give me some. Lashes are all the rage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
beautiful.
Lashes, these are human hair, cruelty-free. I hate mink eyelashes because I think no animal should be killed for beauty
fake
or
lashes?
anything like that.
Disgusting.
Exactly. Now they do fox lashes, horse hair and all kinds of animal, and they kill the animals in China for that. So it's not like it's like some leftover,
And the animal farms are disgusting. No, it's awful. You don't need it. You don't need to do that.
No, you don't need it. So so that's the inspiration behind it.
So you've got multiple websites. Tell me about that.
Glamour Garden, Viva Glam Magazine. We have also fashionizers.com, which
what
is
is
our
that? Because that's pretty big.
Fashion news, yes.
Fashionizers.com. And how do you spell that? Fashionisers, right?
You got it. Wow, good.
Well, I remember.
I'm pretty impressed.
I won the spelling bee when I was in 8th grade, so I remember
Makes
the
sense.
spelling. But and that's what, just the latest trends in fashion?
Trends, beauty, fashion, how-tos, lots of how-tos. That's what people love, and celebrities and the sexy dresses they wear and all kinds of just fashion news. Yeah. It's a pretty big site.
So what do you say to people who say, I'm not getting work, it's not coming my way? How can they learn to be entrepreneurial and do something that they believe in. I mean, it's a little easier now, right, that we can sell stuff on Instagram and
Yes
whatnot.
and no, because now the competition is much higher because
Yeah.
everybody can do everything. So
How do you get noticed then? How do you even get noticed through a sea of other cosmetic companies that are online? How do you do it?
you are a guest on shows such as yours, you know, and really try to hire PR and get you out there. And I think my background in the entertainment industry helps a lot too, because I have many followers from my acting and modeling days. But I think the key is to really just think of it for a moment, like, what is it that you really want to do? What is your passion? Because you're going to go through such tough times with business. And if you don't do what you love to do, you're going to quit. That's why 95% of businesses close down within like 3 years or something, you know, small businesses. It's not easy. And you're not going to sleep. You're going to hustle. You're going to be up at 4, at 7 a.m. You just have to do something that you love. And like Gary was saying earlier, like, you know, sometimes you will end up doing stuff you don't like to do because you have to adjust after a certain time and you have to kind of do it. But in the bulk of it, you have to just do what you love to do or what has a higher purpose for you. Like, I care about the planet, I care about the people. I want to provide beauty products and information for women, how to be glamorous and beautiful without harming the animals or environment. Because this is a huge movement and I'm very proud to be part of it. I'm a vegan of 23 years myself. So that's my true passion, like really expose women to these new amazing brands that we have. So many handbag companies, so many shoe companies that are vegan, because those are the questions women always ask. Where can I find like faux leather beautiful shoes? Not
I think
some
that's a
cheap
big one
ones.
too, because a lot of people have the faux handbag, and it's like, wait a minute, look at your shoes,
Right.
and look at the soles. I mean, you got to go all the way. If you're going to do
gotta
it,
go all the way.
do it all the way.
But you
know,
can't
have
do
to
it
think
all the way right away. So
Well, you
it's-
also
it's-
need the companies that are going to do. I think shoes are a big one. You know,
yes,
Stella
but
McCartney.
now there's so many good ones already, and that's why my
including the soles.
Yeah, and that's why my job is to, showcase these brands and focus on them through Viva Glam and make people aware of them. Because seriously, I know so many great vegan shoe companies that are on a luxury level now, not
think
just Stella McCartney.
I think that absolutely is going to be the next. I don't like the word trend, but
Yeah.
but a good trend, because it's not harming animals. It's easy to do. You can manufacture. You feel like you're doing something.
As long as the
good.
shoe is good and well made and, it's fashionable, because excuse me, the biggest problem was with vegan shoes. They were kind of basics, right? Like basic shoes and kind of uncomfortable a few years ago. But now,
Any
that's not
companies you like in particular?
for shoes. Oh gosh, so
Like I said,
many.
handbags you can find that stuff, but shoes is the tough one.
Beyond Skin is a very good company.
Beyond Skin.
It's a 100% vegan shoe company, and they make those loafers and really pretty shoes. They're in UK. Even Pamela Anderson, when she had her faux Ugg boots, they were amazing. Pajays,
Faux Uggs.
faux Uggs, like they were so fashionable, but she doesn't do them anymore. VRAG, that's a great company with floral designs and attachable, accessories where you can add some straps or fringes and stuff like that. It's lots of fun. So definitely follow VivaGlamMagazine.com. We have all those news there, and we just.
Do you ever do giveaways? People love giveaways.
Yes, they do, and we do give away lots of stuff. We're giving away a trip to Thailand on Friday.
Okay, so where can people find that?
Well, we were running
That's
a
great.
model search for about a month, so we're gonna be announcing the winner of the model search on Friday, and she's gonna get to go to Thailand for a
Beautiful.
photo shoot. Yes.
You know what I think is a big market? People over 40 or over 50. I mean, look what Christy Brinkley's doing. She's got an entire line of stuff.
Yeah.
People haven't just died because they're not 25 years old. We try to look okay. People over 40 or even people over 60, 70, 80. Everybody wants to continue to look nice.
Yeah, and it gets harder and harder as you get older.
It does. So that's also, in my opinion, a segment to market too as well.
Yes.
Because people aren't just dying off. People want to remain glamorous and look beautiful.
Yeah, and those women who were like in their 20s 10 years ago when the whole beauty trend started, right, with the vegan and cruelty-free, now are in their 30s or late 30s. Now they're going to go into 40s. I mean, look at you. You're beautiful and glamorous, and you wear lashes and hair and off-shoulders, gorgeous top or dress. So I know
Thank
women
you.
are going to be more and more like that, and they want to look fabulous. And
I'm big on that. I really just say, we're here. We're not dead.
Exactly.
It's okay. You don't have to look like a grandma. I'm sure grandma was lovely, but you get my point.
sure, yeah. And you know, there is the market and it's expanding. So, and I
Yeah.
believe women or people in general don't want to harm animals. Nobody wants to. You just have to have the alternatives available.
So if you got it in there, you know, go for something. If you got a passion, go for it. I love that you just go for it. When you were in your home country, you wanted to get out, you figured out a way, you go for it. You just can't
You just have to
hear the
yeah.
word no. And if you do, just go, okay, and find another door.
And
I'm
you-
a big believer in that. Most of my life, it's been no. It's still usually no. It's like,
But you know what? It sounds easier, but yet that no will get you crying, and people need to know, okay, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna be devastated, and it's okay. You will get through it. It will take you a couple of days to shake it off. It's not gonna be like, oh, no big deal, I keep going. It doesn't work that way. It's no, and every time there is a no, it's a disappointment. You doubt yourself, you question yourself. Am I on the right path? Maybe I'm not for this. Maybe I should be doing something else. Maybe I would be better working for somebody else. And you're gonna have these thoughts running through your mind. And just know it's okay, because we all do. It doesn't mean because I seem to have the successful path where I always get what I go for. I'm not saying I didn't cry half of the time, or I was like drinking because I was depressed, or, you know, was laying by the beach in a car, sleeping in a car because I was so devastated. It's okay. You just have to know at the end, this is what I want, and know it will happen if you just stay persistent.
that's the big takeaway from you. I believe that.
Yeah.
Because you just keep evolving, whether it's television, whether it's film, whether it's magazines or beauty products, you just keep going. I mean, you're an empire.
Yeah, and you'll
So,
never feel like you're there. I don't think you'll ever feel, okay, I'm successful now. I always feel, okay, I want to do more and accomplish more, make more money. And I'm learning to accept that's normal, because I always feel like I'm actually not successful. It's just all the facade. But then people, yeah, Kat, you know, you have a house. Like, you have this and that. Like, you are successful compared to other people. So, you know, it's what it is. I mean, it's not easy, but you just gotta be persistent. That's all.
I so appreciate your coming here. And pick up Viva Glam. You can also find it online. Look up your beauty products. A big shout out to your website or websites.
VivaGlamMagazine.com is my baby.
And
so
Fashionizers.
Fashionizers.com. if you're
And
into
follow
fashion.
Katarina. I just love
And
it.
GlamourGarden.com
I think this is beautiful.
makes a beautiful
I
gift.
want to try one. I really
Yes.
want to try one of them. I think they're beautiful.
Yep.
I'm going to purchase them actually as gifts for friends. I think they're
Ooh,
great.
I would love that.
Really great gifts for friends. Thank you so much for being
Thank you,
here.
Deborah.
And your upcoming film that's coming out soon. That's going to be fun. Really quickly, let me just
Unbelievable.
ask you, what was it like working with Snoop? Because I love Snoop.
I wasn't in a scene with him.
You weren't?
Nope. But working with the whole production.
Oh, it's a great crew.
was just
Oh,
great,
crew. It's going to be a
amazing.
fun film. I'm
And it
telling
wasn't
you.
easy to walk around in bikini. That top is backwards, actually, because we all get, you know, funky at some point on in the movie. But it wasn't easy. But everybody made me so comfortable, and you know,
And on that
I did
note,
it.
thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
And we will see you next time on Deborah Kobylt Live. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.